Hello. As some of you know, I normally try to do the news from the news outlets every now and again, or once every week, or if not every day of the week, just to go through certain part of the news that you know I find interesting and to share with you, and we can have a dialogue as well. But this one caught my attention because it's something that's actually rampant right now all over the country, and these killings, which at some point you might want to then liken to be an extrajudicial killing that's actually going in Nigeria where others are killing our people or killing their own fellow citizens in their houses, in their homes, in their farms, maiming them and raping them. And we don't know who's going to be the next victim. So I'll just get right into the news. But I'd like for you to watch it straight to the end because this concerns you. It concerns me, it concerns our brothers and sisters, those in the village, those in the countryside, and those in the city. It concerns everybody because we don't know who's traveling on the road next who will be kidnapped or killed by others, or kidnappers at some point. Considering also the fact that there's organ harvesting. So pardon me if I don't rush through this because it's quite emotional. All right. But again, it's not one of those kind of your wiki Fubara kind of story. This is about us as Nigerians and the value of our lives. Okay. So Sahara Report is reporting that young graduate Butch had killed by attackers suspected to be herdsmen at Abuja Boys Brigade camping event. So a young Igala graduate, John Johnson, has been brutally killed and butchered by suspected herdsmen in Zaina, near Angwa, Kimi, Orozo in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Johnson was attending a Boys Brigade camp when the tragic event occurred on March 29, Sahara reporters has learned. The young man had already suffered a great loss, having lost his father just last year after a prolonged illness. The chief of Igala in Orozo, Amadou Zekuraya, confirmed the incident, expressing regret over the unfortunate attack. He lamented that the security agencies had yet to apprehend Johnson's killers. Zachariah provided details of the incident, stating that the Boys Brigade had organized a camp for its members in Zaina. However, due to the threat of rain, the group moved to a nearby church. Two leaders of the group returned to retrieve their belongings when suspected herdsmen ambushed them. One leader escaped, while young Johnson was killed. Narrating the incident, he said, unfortunately, rain was threatening to fall that night, so they had to move the children from where they were camping to a nearby church. When they moved them there, the leaders of the group, two of them, came back because they had packaged and put their load together. On their way back to carry the load, people suspected to be Fulani boys laid an ambush and attacked them. One escaped and one killed as they ran as they as they ran in different directions. This is quite touching. This is brutal. Imagine the kids were still there. They would have killed more people than just Johnson. When the other boy who escaped to the village informed the people, they went back to rescue John Johnson, but but before they arrived, their assailants had killed them. He further stated that the police were informed and upon investigation, they discovered that Fulani herdsmen living in the area had fled. The leaders of the Fulani community promised to fish out the killers, but no arrests had been made yet. They went and reported the incident at the police station. When the police arrived, they discovered that Fulani herdsmen living around the area had packed their things and ran away. He said. The Akimi and the police authorities that came for the investigation said that they asked their leaders, Fulani, about the assailants' whereabouts because in any of their locations, they actually have leaders. So their leader have asked the police to give them time to fish out the killers. That is the current situation. No arrest has been made, explained. The senseless killing has left Johnson's family and community in shock and grief, with no one to turn to. They are now seeking justice and calling on the authorities to take action. Meanwhile, the Fortress Military, a ministry in Abuja, as the brigade has officially announced its death. You read, oh jeez. With deep sorrow but unwavering faith in Jesus Christ, Fortress Ministry Abuja announces the ongoing of our beloved brother Johnson and Enyo Ojo John. We transition to glory on March 29th. This is But Johnson was martyred while standing firm in his commitment to the gospel of Jesus Christ. He lived a life of devotion, service, and unwavering love for God, inspiring us with his courage and dedication. While our hearts, oh Jesus Christ, this is too much. While our hearts grieve his departure, we take comfort in the words of Scripture, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saint. We ask that Fortress family all over join us in praying for his mother and siblings, that they may find strength, peace, and divine comfort in this difficult time. Efforts to reach the FCT Police Command spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, were unsuccessful as she did not respond to calls or texts seeking a reaction to this. I'm sorry, I'm a bit emotional while reading this right now. These killings have to stop. I think it's about time we call these extrajudicial killings because if the authorities aren't taking and not doing the right thing to protect Nigerians and their lives, then it has to be that they're endorsing killings like this. You understand? So how many more people have died because of all of these killings, unnecessary killings and injuries to families and communities, causing people to grieve for something that can be talked about and then, this is heart wrenching. We can't normalize. See, our country, we've come to normalize abnormal stuff. And we have to understand that John here did not realize and did not know he will be the victim today. This happened on the 29th. This is the 31st of March. So for 2 days, there's no report as to whether or not the people have been apprehended. This is why, if we have a working National Assembly, the Police Inspector General, the defense or the head of the army and the navy, and all the heads of the military should have been actually be queried so far. They should be attending a meeting at the National Assembly to discuss what they're doing to fix this issue. If the president cannot do it, for 2 years he's not been able to solve this security crisis, and he sits there as the president, signing a state of emergency and imposing a sole administrator on River State for pipeline vandalization. Yes, you can argue that the bulk of our resources are whatever fits nation come from petroleum, but the life of one Nigerian taken like this is one life too many. This jungle justice method on us. Listen, we do not know who will be the next victim. Look at communities across Nigeria. They've constantly been rampaged and ravaged by killers. If it's not by terrorists, it is by herdsmen. If it's not by herdsmen, it's intercommunal fighting. And then our president, who has not uttered a statement so far for all the killings that have been happening in Nigeria, did a press conference to remove a sitting governor. There's intercommunal clash happening in, I think, Osun State or Ondo State. They've not talked about that. See the Urumi killing that happened recently. They've not done anything about that. Look at what is going on in our country. Do we even have a government? I'm asking you, do you think we even have a government? 8 years of Buhari, we couldn't solve this. 2 years of Bola Tinubu, there's nothing to be done, but they're talking about 2027 election. Like I said, this is not about the election campaign, what Wike is doing and how destructive Wike is or the APC. This is about us. This is about you and me. This John Johnson, you see yourself in John Johnson. Imagine what is happening in their community. Imagine what is happening to his mother and his sibling. He already lost his father, the news stated. What do you think? How do we fix this thing? It's not one of those conversations that you want to have, but I want you to put in the comment because I don't know what to say. I've done one before where I talked about a girl who was kidnapped and then it's a youth couple traveling to go to her place of service. You can check that in one of my videos. And now this one is happening again. It's another young graduate. Imagine how many more graduates like this guy butchered. They, macheted him and killed him. You have to be heartless to machete a human being like yourself. You're not killing an animal. And you know these elders, their knives are sharp. It just pierces through. And now they're gone, they're missing. Oh God, this is pathetic. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. How do you think we can fix this? For this thing happening all over the country, the Inspector General, as illegal as the likes of Shore have called him to be, it should be sacked right now. It should not be in office. The military generals, the ones that we have that should have been answering questions about things like this, should have been answering that before the National Assembly and the nation and giving us report as to what they've done so far. All over our farms, look at communities across the South. Do not think this is not coming to you. It's coming to you. People spend time planting their vineyards and crops they've been killed for their own lands, their own properties. You bring your cows and your animals upon their land and you graze through work they've worked for months. And when they complain, you kill them. And when they fight back, the Supreme Court sentences them to jail or to die by, you know, to death squad or whatever the thing is. What kind of judicial system do we have in Nigeria? I'm asking all of you who are law students with knowledge of the law of the country, let us know in the comment section. But this is one death too many. I'm sorry. It feels so emotional that I'm reading this, and I feel so emotional reading it. But I'm asking, who's going to be next? This is Johnson. Tomorrow it might be the people in your community, people in your village. Would they have the power to fight back? Look at the weapon this man is carrying. He's not going to kill another lion or he's killing human beings with this. It is one death too many. When would you stop? Please let us know in the comment section what you think. And again, if you're meeting this content for the first time, please share it. We need to create awareness about these killings. We need to start talking about this. The same thing we're doing about this 30-day run challenge. We need to do the same thing about this. These killings has gone for too long. Bola Tinubu is doing nothing about it. He's not made a statement about it. He's not calling about it, anything about it. But yet he's calling press conference and a sitting governor has been taken out of the way. And Rivers State is being dismantled, all because of 2027. But Nigerians are dying every day. Can you see the ambitions of our politicians? It does not include me and you. Again, like, share, and subscribe. But please, I want you to help. So share this and let people be aware that people are dying every day. And so that we can all start talking about it. And this is what we're talking about in this channel. Our lives matter. People's lives in the villages matter. People's lives in their land matter. Their farms matter. That's where their welfare comes from. When the government does not take care of the people go to the land and farm, but they kill them in their farms. This is one death too many. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye-bye for now.